say that I've got a little bit of overspray here or there. Just giving the inside a little bit of a hoovering. I'm still yet to make some sort of battery clamp. I'm not happy with the one bracket at the rear on that threaded stud, so I'll probably do some sort of strap affair that goes right across the top. Again, had a lot of overspray on that frame head and just giving it a little coat of satin black, and I'll revisit that later. I've also gone round with the satin black right the way around that pan because I'm thinking of putting the gasket on and then getting this body back down on it. I wanted to tidy that beam up a little bit with the paint also because I want to put the steering box back on. I think it'll prove a lot easier for me pushing the vehicle in and out the garage. I can't for the life of me find my tail lights that actually come off the car, but lucky enough I've got these spare items I've just dug out the loft. And the floor pan sill, I've probably had that since I was about 20 years old. I'm more than double that now. That's my first strip cut then, and I've angled that front edge just so it fits nicely across there. I've marked out where the pan holes are going to be across its whole length, and I'm now going to use my gasket punch to get the correct size holes punched out. I think I'll use the old 1/2 inch punch to start off with. So I've got half the pan sill stuck down at the moment. I'm using the old Tiger sill to get that stuck to the pan, and I'm holding it down with some clamps in certain places, especially where it starts to curve around the front of that pan there, weighing it down with some paint tins also. The rear of it, I'm lucky enough to have a couple of the old nails left in there, so I'm utilising them to get round that section, and I've only done half of that. I'll revisit the other half once the Tiger Seal adhesive goes off. And I'm also going to have to start looking for my rubber blocks that go between these mounts here. And also the ones that are located on the front beam. That's one. There's two. So those two are for the front beam there. Need a little bit of a tidy up, but I've just got to find the rears now. Rubber pads. They're pretty pricey, them things, I tell you. Got the fronts cleaned up all right though. While the sun's actually come out to play today, I've taken the opportunity to spray my steering components down with a bit of satin black, and I've just got another delivery from the paint man. Only a little delivery, but I've got my Volkswagen black, so that's going to be for the steering column, maybe some wheels, etc. And I've got the white, that is going to be going on the camper van roof. That white's going to be going on the old bumpers as well. Can't believe it. I was just trying to squeeze through there to get some grease out for the steering box. Knocked it off, smashed it up. Might as well strip them down now. I'll treat both of them up and probably do the same as I did with the bus headlights and give them a little coat of chrome rattle can just for the reflectiveness. They've got a little bit of rust around the edges, but you never know, I might find my original ones, but I can't remember what condition they're in. Looking a lot better. Got it back on the pan now, and I'm just trying to get all the bolts in. Only a couple of the holes have needed to be opened up slightly, and I'm actually missing a few bolts out of the kit. And the next little hurdle that I've got to jump over is me trying to get that steering box back on the beam. So I had this beam modified back in the day, and it's actually running 4 inches shorter than a stock beam. Now I'm pretty sure that I drove this car from my previous house to the one I'm now in But when it's now come to me fitting the steering box, this drop arm spur is now fouling here on the beam. So I'm well confused. There's no way that I could have driven this car with that setup, not unless I had a different steering box on there at the time. Now maybe if that was the case, it might have had a different drop arm on it without this spur. I honestly just can't remember, and until I find something else in the parts boxes, then it's going to stay a mystery, this one. So my option is basically to delete that arm, to get the cutting disc out, cut it off, and that will allow the clearance that I require off of that shock tower end there. Now, I've seen a company that basically makes a bracket to attach the underside of this steering box to the beam, and it's got a turning circle limiter on it, so it will replace the job that would do. But I'll cover that in a future video, hopefully. So I'm going to continue the search for some nuts and bolts and the elusive mystery of how I drove this car here. So until the next time, make it better than it was, and I'll see you then.